All right, guys. Welcome to Trash Trades. What is this, episode 13? Lucky number
13.
13? Oh, that is a perfect number for this
Is
episode,
that a
guys.
lucky number?
It is lucky for the show because we do have a doozy. First of all, number one, new format. We're going to go one trade at a time. Keep it a little shorter for you guys while we, make our little gay jokes and whatnot. And I'm telling you, I had so many good ones in the first attempt to record this. And our boy Discord...
See, the thing is, I don't know if it was really gay jokes.
It caused someone else to delete the masters, and of course, I wasn't recording it for the first time ever. Oh, wow, right. That was like a triple slam by the universe. They did not want to hear how gay I could become.
No, they actually just kept you out of prison because the gay jokes were pedophile jokes, and VJ would be in handcuffs if that episode released.
Keyword: jokes. Other keyword: pedophile. That is true. But okay. Jokes is the keyest of words there.
Yeah.
And if there's a little seriousness to them, that's between Mr. Milwani and Luca. They have a real thing going on.
So, in the last episode, let's hit this out of the way. In the last episode, we left off on a cliffhanger of what I got VJ for his birthday.
That's right.
Right, so we kind of left it, whatever.
Wow, so this might be even a better intro than the last one.
We got it. Let's do it. Knock it out. Knock this trade out.
We shouldn't show it though, right? We said we wouldn't show it.
Yeah, no, we're not going to show it.
Okay, let's go to the trade and talk about why everything is shitty, or why everything's perfect for 13. So, Luca, I do think that you should go over like the setup and like how good things were, and then like how it continued. My suggestions then, and then we'll get into the trade, because the trade is probably, in my opinion, maybe the least valuable part. I haven't seen this trade, but I do think that like the mental and psychology and risk management setup for it is interesting.
It's very interesting.
So, right. So, you know what, guys? I don't even know if I said thanks for coming back, and we really appreciate it. And we'll just let Luca get on with the thing. So, roll the intro.
Order filled.
God, I'm knocking them out the park, Luca.
You really do it good. You do it good.
Thank you, sir.
I gotta say. The thing is, I kind of did expect it. It's just it was a good segue. And anything unexpected is insane. It's insane. But it wasn't like... it was pretty good. It
was pretty good.
Anyway.
Yeah, I've had better. I could have done better.
I'm just going to hop straight in.
After no. You have to do the setup first.
Okay.
Essentially. Exactly. Yeah. Go ahead.
So, the setup was I had a great... in the last episode, as you can kind of tell, we were kind of talking about how good of a trader I was. I was so good. I've been doing well, more consistent, knocking out the profits. I had the biggest Weeble... I think we got two biggest Weeble losing days on this show, and this one was multiplied by 3. I lost 50% of my port in 2 trades. Can you believe it? Because I was feeling cocky. I was deciding to scale up, and whatever. And I'll just explain it to you, how poor and shitty this trade was. Here's your 0.618. You already know how I chart these. I don't know why I took it from this high. It should be this high. But I took it from the other high just as an excuse to enter. I don't know why. There was no liquidity thing here. It was just a poor trade. I really have nothing else to say. But it tagged me in at this stage or whatever. And it went through my direction. I was in like 5 contracts, which is a lot, but it's not that much. And right here, I think I had two more. So now I was in 7. So 7 contracts is a lot of contracts. And in literally a couple minutes, I was down. Did I sell? Absolutely not. So I was down. I think I was in 7 contracts in the money SPY, 0 days. And they were quickly turning around on me. I was seeing hundreds red. Trust me, it was vile and it was disgusting. But I kept holding, and the main reason for me to hold was, to be completely honest, I I took my fib from this high, and then I just moved it up to this high. So technically, my stop loss should have been here, and I should have taken or been stopped out. I kept moving my stop up. So I moved my stop up. Same with the fibs. Oh, technically, it's still valid because it's in this fib. It literally keeps going up to a stage, and I thought it was green here. And guess what? Your boy averaged down again. Just cause I was so leveraged. I think at the end of the trade, I had 18 in the money SPY 0-day puts. That's that's a lot. 18.
18.
So I was seeing plus hundreds, down hundreds.
What's your normal position?
My normal position is like 3-4.
Oh shit!
So straight away, I gotta be honest. My positions did not impact me. Like the leverage did not impact me on this trade. That's something I gotta be honest with. It just didn't. I got stopped out, and to be honest, I kind of had my stop here, and it got hit above this yellow line. It got hit, and then it retraced, and then it got hit, and then it retraced again, and it stopped bouncing from this. I practically, because of this massive volume candle, obviously it comes in so fast. I did not close my position. I probably closed my position around up here. Just because it moved so fast, I couldn't get them all filled in time. So I had 18 positions, so super hard to exit. And guess what? I had my biggest Weeble loss, which happens. It's just I kept moving on my stop. I did not honor my stop, and I made excuses to enter the trade. And I think I did have a good kind of short bias, but the entries were honestly so disgracefully poor. I'll tell you that. It's embarrassing. And guess what? I deserve my loss. I think it was in the high hundreds. I'll tell you that. For one day and for 2 trades was incredible. But I over leveraged and I got what was coming. It's okay. It happens. I don't know why I didn't really feel that bad at the time, but yeah, it was kind of whatever. Today was not the best day. I think I was red, but I'm still confident. I'm still not giving up on my strategy. It's just I was super poor. I executed my trade extremely poorly at that time.
Now,
yeah, go.
This is painful. Now, the more painful part is I feel like we might have rushed a little bit because I accidentally hit something with my volume, so you probably didn't hear me for a couple seconds. But I feel like we might have rushed in what made this so painful. That you did have a lot of green days, but how green?
So green that I think
all-time highs.
By far. I was.
Your port was at all-time highs.
I was a couple bucks away from breaking even on my whole Weeble P&L, and it happened in 4 days. I was so consistent in those 8 days beforehand, all green with a lot of money, hundreds, and I had to blow it up. Literally 80% of my progress in these 2 trades. It was 2 trades, even though this was 1 trade and it was kind of down high hundreds. I won't say the exact figure, but I did FOMO in here.
Tell them if it was closer to 500 or 1,000.
It is closer to 1,000. You guys kind of already got the gist of it, but it was a lot of money.
I mean, I'm just saying this is the thing, Luca. You went to the trade, and the trade is trash. Yes, we get it. But the thing that's the most valuable part, in my opinion, like I said, is the setup. So this is the thing also, just to add to it. Luca told us this, me and a good friend of ours, who will be on the show one day.
They could not believe it.
No. Hold on. Let me take it. Luca told us before this trash trade, before this trash day, about how green he was and how well he was doing. And he told us essentially he was essentially break even. That's how green he was on this port.
Yeah.
And then we provided him and asked him to do a number of different risk management techniques, of which, to his credit, he did 1 or 2 of them, actually, I believe. The number one thing my friend said was do not trade tomorrow because he told us this on Thursday. The next day was a Friday. I think Luca, you did
I did
listen
not
to him. Is
trade.
that
I
correct?
did not trade. Yeah.
He did not trade. So there we go. We'll give him that credit. He lasted another day. Okay. Number two is I told him you did this with a small port, and this is your first time doing this, and you should take your risk off the table, pull majority of the money out, and start again with the port that you just did this with. Do it again. Then you'll be bright green. You could tell your parents that, and you would have established great control, and you wouldn't be worried about growth. You'd be worried. You would have already minimized risk. Luca didn't like it at first. He mentioned another strategy I said that I might perform where I would take some money out as I made gains and leave half of it in to allow the port to gain. So he did take a semi-significant sum out, but probably a third of what I would have suggested. Is that correct?
In the whole run of my fantastic week and a half, I pulled out half of those profits. And that was a good move.
But then remember I said you should start with the same account that you did when you first did this. And how much extra did you leave in there? Quite a bit more. Because what you lost was quite a bit more than what you started, am I right? Or close to it.
Excuse me. No, I don't think so. I think honestly I don't think so. I don't know. I'm gonna have to go back and check. But I pulled out a significant portion of the green. So I withdrew my money into cash to an account.
Yeah, which is good.
Straight away. It was a significant portion. I don't know exactly how much, but it was enough.
It was significant.
It was enough to, make me relax with all that fucking money in my port. Because obviously
that's good.
I'm a super rich dude, and anyway, this trade was super poorly executed.
Before we go on,
yeah,
it's not about the trade. I really feel like the reason why we're rushing to this episode is so that you have these feelings. This trade, you already have notes and stuff about it. It's this feeling, okay? Because this just happened yesterday, right?
2 days. This was Thursday.
No. The bad day was Monday, right?
Yes. Sorry. Yes.
Yeah, so it was yesterday. So that's why I was like, we might as well, so if we're going to do this quickly, record this one real quick while it's fresh, because it's more, I don't think about your trade. We take losses, you over leverage. It's a really, really, really bad trade. But the thing is, what's even more crazy, this is what I'm trying to get to, because there's a lot of other people who are going through losses and stuff. This is the stuff they go through, where you had two other people, and I'm not saying that I won't make the same mistake. I also made a mistake yesterday, and it cost me some stuff where I over leveraged, and on my one loss, took away a week's worth of work. Not as bad as Luca on a eval account, but still, it was still a mistake. We've been doing fine since then, but there it is. But what the point I'm trying to make, not even trying to make, just people go through this a lot, where other people are almost seeing your issue or potential problems clearer than you, because you're caught up in running for profits rather than reducing risk. All professional portfolio managers reduce risk first rather than solely focusing on profits. I mean, remember the voicemails we even exchanged over the night and over the morning, because me and Luca, we send these little love notes overnight, because he falls asleep at a different time than me, and it's real nice. He likes to wake up to him, I wake up to him. It's we'll get into that later, guys. But he was talking a lot about I think that I should have still done the same thing. I was like, and it was something about having to get comfortable with the profits that'll eventually come. I was like, listen, you'll be plenty comfortable with that, but everything that you keep saying about your portfolio management is centered around the word profits and your thought of profits, and never really about how do I manage this risk. So essentially, I can get to a place where I trade and it means nothing if I win or I lose.
Yeah.
Then you will get freedom, because then I reminded Luca, because Luca and me, Luca's starting off his professional career. He's grinding a couple jobs. starting off. He's a young guy. Just turned 17. I'm a fucking old fuck to not even have it like together. Like my business is like falling apart. I'm like doing Instacart, delivering groceries, fucking doing curtsies and doing all sorts of shit to get fucking $3. And Luca, like, we're under different forms of stress, like trying to become successful traders through this, which we're absolutely going to be. And Luca will say, will God, Luca, you just threw me off there. Well, he will say certain things about like wanting, wishing he had like my job because it makes like a little bit more money than his, it's a little bit more flexible. He has to do some more work, this and that. And I completely agree with him. I completely understand where he's coming from. Like, yeah, you get a couple more dollars. It's a little bit like more flexible to the work that you're doing. Absolutely, I get it. So Luca will be complaining. Like, Luca, can you please explain how many dollars an hour do you make right now?
So I make 9.
And how many? And go ahead. I was gonna say, how many hours a week do you work?
So I work once a week on weekends. I got school. I work once a week. Sorry, I'm just repeating myself. Once a week on weekends, and I work for about 8 hours. And that's
Okay, so it's about $72 before tax.
Yeah.
And then so let's just say with tax, I know it's a little bit more there. You get like $50.
Yeah.
And the weird thing is like you're not worried about making what you do in a week in a day. Because when we were talking about, you're like, I'm making $100 now is like easy, so I need to progress to 2. And I'm like, yeah, but like, you're complaining about how you wish you were doing Instacart when you could make your weekly wage in a day or 2 weeks of wage in a day without even trying, but you're not even stacking.
See,
you're trying to look, no, let me just finish forward. You're looking to increase your profitability without increasing your net worth. And this is where I think many traders get it fucked up. And this is why my scaling plan is a little bit delayed, but I think more inevitable. Because I become an unstoppable object, where you might be like taking the other strategy might be like a flaming arrow that gets right to the target, but most of the time it fails, and you're going to need 10,000 tries to get to the target, when I will snowball to that while you're shooting. And what I would say is, imagine you make $100 and then you take out 80. How big your bank account would go, how often you would probably need that job when you're making a month's worth of income in a week and you're already doing it on the side. And you're like, I could maybe study, or maybe I could do something else. And like, this is a real thing that you already can do. Because one thing I should make clear, I am trading currently mostly on prop firm accounts. There are certain rules. The money is not directly mine. I cannot actually just grab it right now. There are certain rules. Luca is trading with live funds on options, and he can make $100 a day pretty easily with way less than 18 contracts. I know I can.
Yeah.
And the thing is, for some reason, there's a part of you that wants to do Instacart rather than the ice cream shop. And I'm saying, well, you could also just do what you're doing and replace both.
See, you're right. And honestly, I think my whole portfolio, there's a lot of things to say. The whole Webull portfolio, it really does vary. I've had days where I've made a lot of money, and there's days where I've lost a lot of money. But it is pebbles compared to what I make on my job. So there's a side of me that is always ambitious. I'm always striving for new daily goals, always doing that. The only thing is, I expect too much from myself. Like VJ said, I can make 100 a day. I really think I can do that pretty consistently.
Yeah,
but
honestly,
I don't
bro,
do it because I sacrifice scaling continuously, and it's
you need to add a goal. You need to add a goal. See, that's the thing. Like, scaling needs to come at certain times and should not be constant. Like, you're trying to constantly push it. The other goal should be to increase your net worth.
Yeah.
And this is the thing. Like, many people, like, I think I've said this to people where I'm like, yeah, I'm not gonna have like a $10,000 per like position until I have like $1 million, like liquid maybe. Like, why? Like, cause I have 1,000 of those. So if I lose one, I don't need to be a pussy. I don't want to lose one, but I don't want to be a fucking pussy when it comes to my trades. If I was worth $100,000, or excuse me, I have 100 of those. Even at 100, I'm not going to do 10K. Or yeah, if I had a million, I'm not going to do 10K because I only have 100. You have 1,000, 1,000 positions. Okay, maybe better. Maybe I'll do 3.
Yeah.
So I have 300 of them. But like, I'm looking at my dollars like they're soldiers, and I'm loyal to them as they are loyal to me. When they go out, they forge, they fight, they go to battle. I'm going to lose them sometimes. And life, the inflation, all this stuff is taking from them constantly. Taxes, whatever. It's part of the game. I want them to come back with more soldiers, with more units, if they can. Or sometimes they go and they die. But then to be in this thing where they never come home, they're constantly out there searching for something. Well, then I'm an emperor with no soldier at the palace, and now I'm weak. And they're out. Maybe they're mutinying. Who are they even representing me? I don't know anything that's going on. And you're just worried about scaling. You're not building a foundation. You're building like a runaway sort of path.
See,
and then you're constantly like grabbing for it. And yeah, if every move is perfect, you could do it. Perfection is the wrong thing. You want to be unstoppable.
No, you're exactly. And I think I understand that now, and I should be just more consistent with my goal, and that's it. And build up my net worth, as Vijay was saying, because
yeah, build up your bank account and build up your port.
Honestly,
honestly, focus on the bank account more because you already can do what you can with your port. Like, if you literally just pulled all that money out and you started with your port and you did it again and you did it like 3 times, 4 times, now we could talk about scaling because you have multiple of your ports already, and that you can, and then all of a sudden you can scale that faster because you already. But it's a snowball effect. It gets faster as you go. But you don't want faster in the beginning. Not at all. You want to have no feeling in the beginning. I literally, dude, I did all the damage I did today. 2 position sizes. I reduced my position size, like I told you, and I made more money.
No, you're
And
right.
I took 3 trades. Why I didn't give a fuck at the thing. I left the stop be where it is. I wasn't running around whatever. My plan would be fine if everything got hit. It doesn't matter. I'm undeniable on these accounts. They will pass. Unless I decide to lose my mind. Oh, I gotta fix it today. Let me just jump in some bullshit. Fuck that. Fuck that, dude. When are we gonna be professional? Professionals take risk off the table. And this is what this conversation's about. Like, we've already had this conversation. I'm like, let it be recorded. You'll listen to this again when you're successful. And you'll be like, fuck, man.
Yeah, because honestly, you're right. And the whole I think it just gets to me. I've got a flaming ambition, but I've got to kind of control it, and I've got to be more steady.
Yeah, bro, I'm gonna tell you this. Oh, I'll keep going, and I'll add to that.
And that's not something that is specific to my situation. That goes for everyone.
Everybody. So, yeah, dude. Why do I do Instacart? It's not because I need the money this month. I have the money. I'll be fine if I didn't work for a while. But that's not the point. The point is, what do I do if everything fails? How do I increase my runway in an uncertain future? But then notice how I'm not chasing the money. I get just enough so that I can chase my goals and buy me another month. Like, I realized on certain affiliate links, like, I made more money. There's a check like that waiting that's coming down. Like, okay, buys me like 1 or 2 rent months. Cool. I'll take it. Just going to go right to there, reducing all my expenses. Why? Because I know where this lies, but we just need to allow ourselves to do what is necessary and focus on the thing.
Yeah.
Eliminate that distraction. Like, Luca, this was crazy. Like, essentially, you have what most people would crave to have, which is in one day, you already have done this so many times, but in one day, you can make 2 weeks worth of wages. Now, of course, your 2 weeks are lesser than most. But then, like, you can very quickly eliminate your need to ever do an ice cream gig again. And your parents to be like, oh yeah, maybe you should do this. Like, you could have just, like, you almost had that, like, thing. Like, that's what I was trying to tell you. I was like, bro, you're so close. You could have grabbed that and been like, oh yeah, like I'm actually break even, and or not even said it, be like, oh yeah, I've been making this much money. Like I'm thinking about quitting my job. Why? Oh, because I make 10 times as much as I do just after school, after I do the homework. That thing that you said that I fucking don't know what the fuck is going on. It's okay. And they're like, what? And then you start pulling. They're like, these are thousands.
See,
And
honestly,
do you know how many $50 make 1,000? 20. There's 20 trading days a month, and for you, the level is low to be impressive to yourself and to your parents with real money.
and guess what? I don't do
And
it.
you were saying, oh, I make double that. It's too slow.
You know,
Like you
that
can't be
is pretty
disrespectful
funny.
to.
You're right.
It is funny. It's like
I'm-
you have it already.
I'm being
You literally can
disrespectful
be
to
profitable.
myself, and
You're being disrespectful to who you are now and to money, because you think about how fervently, and the crazy conversations we had about our jobs versus each other, our shit ass jobs, and as strong and as correct as your point was, there is nothing more correct. If your point was correct then, my point is 17,000 times more correct now. You would prefer to do Instacart than do what you're doing?
No,
You're like,
you're
oh, I'll
right.
do it for fun. I'm like, yeah, you can go do it for fun.
See,
But
BJ,
you make more money. You feel what I'm saying?
BJ, I don't. No, BJ, you're 100% right.
You're about to be rich.
I don't want to undermine for your point. Like, you
Yeah.
know what I mean.
Yeah, of course.
So me and BJ, we kind of decided recently that we're gonna switch up a bit of the podcast, and we're gonna review one trade
Yeah, I think I mentioned that earlier, brother. Didn't I mention that? Just do it again. Just say it again. Who cares?
I'll just fucking do it again.
Yeah.
Maybe I'm a fucking idiot that don't listen to you.
It doesn't matter, bro. This is how these shows
Anyway,
work.
we're gonna be doing one per show, and it's gonna be a little shorter. It's gonna be like 20-25 minutes. Now, speaking
this
of
one's
short,
probably longer.
This one's
This
pretty,
one's longer.
pretty long, but
this
still
one's
the
important,
message.
dude.
Yeah, exactly.
The perfect 13th episode.
The message still stands, and even though that if some episodes are longer, it means because it really is important, just like this one. But in the meantime, we're gonna keep it a little shorter, and we're going to do one trade, review my trade, then the next show it's gonna be VJ's, and then whatever, etc.
Beautiful.
But yeah, so far we launched. We get some great interactions.
We did soft launch.
We did a soft launch, so we didn't.
We're about to launch. Yeah.
We didn't do an actual launch to social media and everything, and a shit ton of clips or whatever. So.
Well, look what we're set up to. We just did the intro.
Yeah,
so
exactly.
The intro, putting that thing out, and then
we just recorded the intro, just the premiere message on our channel. So it's the first video you look at.
Yeah, so we'll get that up, and then we'll get launching.
Yeah, we're gonna get that up. We're gonna get launching, and we're gonna have some more content for you guys. But for now,
you will absolutely see this gay romance just absolutely.
It's gonna unfold.
It's been out of control.
In an erotic novel.
Grooming.
You know.
Sorry, what was that, Luca?
I said in an erotic novel. You know, a video would be a great novel, erotic, sexual writer. Wow.
I'm already thinking of like 20,000 words.
I'm already pre-ordering that book.
Luscious, voluptuous, dong. Good lord, it's getting good.
Whoa. Okay.
Oof, it's getting hot in here.
Okay, yeah, moving on.
Yeah,
okay.
Hold up.
We gotta fucking.
We might have to finish right there.
Yeah,
we might have to quit it right there.
We need to finish this shit. Anyway, yeah, we're gonna
Love you guys.
get some shit going. So stay tuned and check it out. You know, and maybe click the subscribe button and the like button and whatever.
Listen, we launched now. Please, we launched now. Please do. I'm not even gonna act cool about it. No
please.
Absolutely. Come on.
Please.
Come on, we'll do anything. We'll do anything. Luca will blow. He'll blow his port right now.
Please.
It's not even that hard.
I'll fucking do it.
All right, guys. Thank you. Love y'all.
Please.